It's Bristol, baby! The world's fastest half mile, the Bristol Motor Speedway, is the next race in the Pennzoil Truck Series season, the Sharpie 250. On poles, Luke Rain, the 88, two's outside the 9th, we land Fenway. Then third, you have Colton Yo, fourth, Dylan Mills, who won at Most Sport in a fantastic finish, and Jonathan Rains rounds out the top 5. You have Riley Sprague, 2 in 6th, 7th is Racer, Keith Stevens in 8th, then 9th is Griffin, then rounding out the top 10 is Michael Ferris, your points leader. They have Keegan Thompson, 2's outside, Alex Stewart, 2nd in points, 4 points behind Ferris. They have Christian Parker and Justin Didell, along with Jack Canaramo and Tim Gary. Then there's Isaac Nichols and Gustavo Rocha. They have Justin Heath and Bubba Sir, Greg Lee and James Ryan. Then there's Xavier Sullivan Jr. and William Seaman, Jeff Moses and Michael Canto. Then there's Code Luigi and JJ Reed, Jeffrey Beeford and Jonathan Beeford, and Trey Rainey and Alan Bowman, Christian Richardson and Cynthia Bright. Running the field final row, Danny Bright will start 36th. 35th will be the 7 of Marco Chapez. That's your 36 truck starting lineup here at Bristol. Let's go down trackside and get the command.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
All right, take a nice big deep breath, buddy. Give your seatbelt a tug. Double check your steering wheel. Sit back, relax, get a nice pace, nice rhythm, and let's go out there and have a good day, all right, bud?
36 trucks fire up, pace truck in, 38 laps around Bristol. As they come down the front stretch restart zone, green flag in the air, we're racing at Bristol. Fenway on the outside did not get a good restart, front 3 get clear, it's the battle for 4th, Racer and the 5 will get to it. As they come off of 4, Luke Rain leads lap 1 as there might be an issue. The 39 Danny Bright's on the apron. There's a big separation in the middle of the pack. Trucks are on the apron everywhere. There is a truck that's slower. Everyone's trying to scatter away. Still trying to get down the apron, but this really spread the pack out. Look at the damage to Riley Sprague in the 9. We're still green flag racing. 3 trucks pull away, then another gap of 3. Then about 4 trucks. And then there's Riley Sprague in the 9 who has all that damage. I don't know how he got it. It looked like a truck got spun up into the outside wall. And it probably was the 9 of Riley Sprague tube. But he's still going, I believe he's in the 11th position right now. So big issues there. No caution though. And Luke Rain continues to lead. He's won 2 races this season. Looking to add a 3rd win this season, which would be big, as he's, I believe, around 19th in points. He's fallen. He has to stay top 25 to use his wins to get into the chase. A 3rd win would definitely help him move up, and it would give him even more confidence heading towards the chase, as each win is 5 chase points, and you want to be up there inside the top 10. Speaking of inside the top 10, Michael Ferris in the 23 has 2 wins this season, and he's your points leader. He's currently in the 9th position on track, and that would be big to keep his points lead. The points leader gets 15 chase points, and then each win is 5, so that would be 25 points for Michael Ferris. But right behind him on his tailgate is Alex Stewart, who is 2nd in points, only 4 points behind Ferris. He definitely wants to get by that 23 in a hurry, but it's very hard to pass here at Bristol. Passing is at a limit. The battle is for 2nd. Colton on the 15, Jonathan Rains on the 1, Racer, Landon Fenway, Dylan Mills round out the top 6. Mills looking on Fenway as they enter turn 1, but did not have enough for a run. Griffin in 7th is just a little bit back of this pack, but could definitely close. Same with Keegan Thompson on the front 2 in points. They have Riley Sprague to Christian Parker, and these guys back here are very spread out. They were behind the crash, so they had to slow down. It might have cost some people some positions there that possibly could have gained some, and then some might have actually gained positions from that. Yeah, like trucks that are on the outside, they possibly got a huge break from that happening, as they didn't really have to let up at all and possibly flew around and got clear of the inside. Look at Rains giving the bumper to Colton Yo. Up the track goes the 15 in turn 1. Rains powers off the bomb lane, down the backstretch into turn 3. Jonathan Rains in the 1, trying to clear Yo for a second. Still not quite there. Yo still fighting back in the outside lane, but Rains through 1 and 2. He'll finally clear the 15 of Colton Yo. No, not quite yet. Yo's fighting back, but Jonathan Rains has now cleared. Rains up to the 2nd position. Racer going to go to 3rd, Fenway to 4th, and Mills possibly will round out the top 5 as they come off of 4. The side-by-side battle for 5th as Dylan Mills in the 07 looks to take it from Colton Yo, as Yo got a bump from behind by Jonathan Rains, moved up the racetrack, and will fall outside the top 5, back to 6th, 7th. He could possibly fall back to 8th. The farthest he'll probably fall back, that'll probably where he'll fall back to is 8th. Keegan Thompson moving around the inside. This 15 Colton, he really has to get down behind this 51 right here. He can't be staying side by side, or else Ferris and Alex Stewart will close enough to where they'll get to the inside of the 15, and Yo will lose spots outside the top 10 then. So Colton on the 15 from 2nd, now back to 8th, but still inside the top 5. We're still early on this race, not even halfway through, and Luke Rain dominating right now. It's not been a season the 88 team has won, but they've kind of rebounded here as of late. And have been picking up pretty decent results. They've had faster trucks definitely the past few races, trying to cap it out with the victory here at Bristol. They're getting even closer towards this chase. We're inching down towards this chase now, and you want to get every one you can, every point you can, to try and get them as many chase points as you can, because they carry through to every round besides the final round. So Luke Rainey could start the chase with, say these 3 wins would be 15 points. That could be 15 points more than someone. The 1 to 5 just trying to close in there. Jonathan Rains and Ray Sharp lined up, and they're moving up towards that 88. And then Landon Fedway 4th, Dylan Mills 5th. They were both involved in that amazing finish that we had at Most Sport last race. Fenway bumping Mills up the track. Mills coming back and sideswiping him in the door, and the 07 ended up winning the race by about a quarter of a tenth. The wildest Pennzoil Truck Series finishes we've had. Yeah, they're definitely catching Luke Rainey. Jonathan Rains and Racer are coming. Rainey slower that lap. Yeah, they are closing in, but halfway this time by. Rainey leads at halfway. 19 laps to go. Oh, Rains really messed up 1, 2 right there. He had to get up high. He's got out of the gas. Serve right into his back bumper, but they're doing a good job down the backstretch. Still keeping up with that 88 of Luke Rainey. In fact, closing in the gap just a little bit, even with that mishap. Now 18 laps to go. Luke Rainey's been very great at Bristol throughout his career. His first Target Series win came at Bristol. He's won, I believe, 2 Gatorade Cup Series races at Bristol. Something like that. Looking to add now a Pennzoil Truck Series win at Bristol to his resume. But Jonathan Rains is trying to keep that from happening. He's looking to the inside in turn 1. And you know he's not going to be afraid to bump Rainey up the track. He bumped Colton Yo up the track for the 2nd position. How aggressive will he be for the race lead? Also, look at that's a Chevrolet teammate. So will he try and pass him maybe cleaner than how he passed Colton Yo, who was in a Toyota? Rains once again up the track through 1-2, but trying to get the run off the top side, it looks like. Pretty equal as they come down the backstretch into turn 3 and 4. And Rainey leads another lap, 15 laps to go. Rainey's just lost a little bit that time by. So it's an 8-truck breakaway at the front. Colton Yo's 8th, trying to run down Keegan Thompson. Michael Ferris and Alex Stewart in a whirler, they're on 9th and 10th, and no trucks near them at all. As Spurley 2 might be holding up the 8 just a little bit there with that damage. We'll have to see what happened on lap 1 there at the end of this race. Rains losing ground to Luke Rainey now as Rainey pulls back away. Racer all over the back tailgate of that 1 truck. Might be looking to the inside right here as Rains runs a little bit higher, but gets a good run off the corner. He diamonded that corner pretty well. 13 laps to go. First lap truck is the 18 of Trey Rainey, who's just exiting turn 4, so they might catch him, they might not. I don't believe they will. I believe they'll be about 5 laps short. But you never know. Coming around to the 11 laps to go this time. The fight is for 4th as Land Fenway really went up the track in 1 and 2, allowed Dylan Mills to get right to his back bumper and almost bumping him into turn 3. Now 11 laps to go. Rain still stalking that 88 of Luke Rainey. What a great camera angle this is from the front track. See them all the way around the track and the distance as it closes in. Coming to see 10 laps to go. 5 miles left at Bristol. Laps just over 15 seconds long, so this will go pretty quickly for Luke Rainey, Jonathan Rains, and Ray Sir. Rains wants to make a move as quick as he can. Sir, does he try and make it 3 wide if Rains makes a move? Does he just try and bump the 1 maybe into the 88 to shoot them both up the track? Who knows? Rains once again to the back bumper of the 88 of Luke Rainey. He's had these spurts. He'll be faster for a few laps. Rainey will pull away just a little bit, but then Rains really gets it on. This keeps coming back. 8 laps to go. Luke Rainey trying to do everything he can to dominate, lead all 38 laps, and get to victory lane at Bristol in the Sharpie 250 under the lights. So they come off of 4. 7 laps of racing to go. Still 8 trucks in this line. And Michael Ferris is still ahead of Alex Stewart. And Ferris would just extend his points lead a little bit. By 1 position, he would extend it. Now coming to see 6 laps to go. As the lap trucks bow in the back. Rains with a good run this time off of turn 2. Can't do anything though. Down the backstretch, there comes see 5 laps to go. If the yellow comes out, the race is over. 5 laps left at Bristol. down the backstretch. Now to see 4 laps to go. Rains all over the back. Tailgate that 88 Luke Rainey. One small mistake, the one will be to his inside by him. One bump, the one will be to his inside by him. It might come down to a bump and run, with now 3 laps of racing to go. 88 picks it back up, pulls away, and Racer might be battling with Jonathan Rains. This might be all she wrote. The one has fallen and faded. Rains gonna have one more shot with 2 laps to go. He's closing back in, but will it be enough? They'll come and see the white flag this time. We'll go 38 laps caution free. So they go to turn 3. White flag in the air. One more time around for Luke Rainey, looking for his 3rd win of the season. And a dominating performance at Bristol. Off of 2 and down the backstretch. Rainey still ahead of the 1. Rainey's going to try and drive it in. It won't be enough. Dominating day for Luke Rainey. He'll win at Bristol. And Ferris does edge out Alex Stewart at the end for 9th. And he'll extend his points lead just a little bit. Luke Rainey dominates at Bristol, leading all 38 laps to win the Sharpie 250, his 3rd win of the season. And will definitely help him maintain a good position in points. Let's go check the finishing results. Actually, before we go check that, let's see what happened to the 9 of Riley Sprague because he was involved in some sort of lap 1 altercation. He has a ton of damage to that truck. They got 3 wide. Riley Sprague really overdrove turn 1 and 2, went up the track. Keith Stevens sees a hole in the middle. He's going to take it right here. And then come down the backstretch. That 62 is beating and banging off everyone. Beats off the A1, beats off the 9, beats off the A1, beats off the 9. Goes back down, gets the A1. Then they start closing and trying to make the corner. The 9 spins up to the top. Never goes fully around. The 62 never goes fully around. They stay up against the outside wall. Pennzoil Truck Series officials thought that it would be safer not to throw the yellow. It would be better not to throw the yellow. And they kept on racing, and that's why we did not have a caution. Look at that. 62 wobbling all around. Once he hit one, he was just going to hit all of them until they eventually crashed. But my great job there keeping up against the wall, not causing a big one. As that could have been a really big crash. That could have been a 10, 15 truck pile up here. Instead, it turned into only 2 trucks getting up along the outside wall, losing some positions. And maintaining and keeping it out through the race. So that's why Riley Sprague took bad damage and was off pace there. Let's go check the finishing results now. Here are finishing results from the Sharpie 250 at Bristol. There were no caution flags and one lead change as Luke Rainey in the 88 dominates, leading all 38 laps from the pole to get to victory lane. Jonathan Rains ends up 2nd, Racer in 3rd, Landon Fenway in 4th, and Dylan Mills rounds out the top 5. Then Griffin Lynn 6th, Keegan Thompson 7th, Colton Yo in 8th, Michael Ferris, your points leader in 9th, and Alex Stewart rounds out the top 10. So there's your top 20. The points lead now for Ferris up from 4 points to 8 as he just edges Alex Stewart out and gets 4 more points. So my oh my, what a fantastic points battle this is coming down to for these final few races before the chase, as everyone wants to get those 15 bonus points as compared to the points that 2nd place gets. We saw that the 62 was also involved in that first crash. Keith Stevens, he falls to 26th after starting 8th. Not what he was hoping for is, of course, that first crash really hurt him as he fell back and could never recover. Let's now go look at the point standings. Here are points. Michael Ferris keeps the points leaders mentioned by 8 points over Alex Stewart, who is 2nd. Griffin Lynn is 3rd, Jeff Mills is 4th, and Cole Luigi rounds out the top 5. Then Jonathan Rains is 6th, Greg Lee is 7th, Luke Rainey is his 3rd win of the season is up to 8th, Landon Fenway is 9th, and Bubba Sir rounds out the top 10. So there's your top 20. And Rainey still has only 3 top 10s, his only 3 top 10s are his wins. So Rainey has just had a hit or miss season there. As right now, your chasers would be Michael Ferris in the 23, the 81 of Griffin Lynn, the 32 of Code Luigi, the 1 of Jonathan Rains, the 88 of Luke Rainey, the 93 Landon Fenway, the 07 of Dylan Mills, the 18 of Trey Rainey, the 22 of Christian Richardson. Those are right now 9 inside the top 20. And then we go down and see the rest of the points and see that the next driver would be the 57 of Cynthia Bright would be the 10th. So right now there's actually 10 winners inside the top 25 in points. Jonathan Buford has a win along with Jennifer Buford, but they're down 31st and 34th in points. They need another win and a lot of consistent races for them to get into this chase. But this could all change. Alex Stewart could win next race. Jeff Moses could win. Greg Lee, Bubba Sir, Gustavo Rocha. Cynthia Bright could get a 2nd win, and then someone else could win. Could be all over the place. So the next race is going to be one wild one. It's at Eldora. We're going to go dirt racing, the Goodyear Mud Bash. 30 trucks make it, 6 will go home. See you guys then.